Welcome to Coffee Break with Rachel V. Hill, presented by Superbook Sports. Taking a daily look at the biggest stories in Denver sports and interacting live with you, the Coffee Break fam. So sit back, relax, grab a cup of joe, and enjoy your coffee break. Here's your host, Rachel V. Hill.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome into Coffee Break. D-Mac, Rachel V. Hill, hanging out with you for the next hour. The parade is over.
I know.
The celebration is over. How was your weekend?
It was good. It was awesome. I had Father's Day, and
Happy late Father's Day.
Yes, my wife did a wonderful job setting it up, and my older son was around. We went out to Top Golf, which was fun, and my younger son gave me a holler. Spent an hour or so talking to my own dad, so I'm lucky to still have my own father in my life. So I've got a world-class wife. I got two wonderful sons, and I got a great dad. I'm a lucky dude. So I had a great Father's Day. Then we had the holiday Juneteenth yesterday.
Yes.
And my wife was off, but she's at a convention, a school. She's in the health and safety department at Cherry Creek School Districts in terms of hiring bus drivers and assistants and other people, but mainly bus drivers.
Nice.
And so they have their bus driver rodeo in Pueblo. So she's in Pueblo all week.
I love it.
So
Okay.
she was gone. So I was the bachelor, and you would say that's awesome. Expect the entire day.
Okay.
Was spent managing Ross and Rachel the cats. The entire day.
How is Rachel doing?
Not good.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, she's okay, but she's like, she hates Ross, and she just.
Did she hate Ross previously, or is this because of what
Well,
happened?
she was great with Ross, and then
Okay.
Ross knocked her up, and she had babies, and she hated Ross.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the babies grew up, and we gave them away, and we're very responsible with the babies. And then they were just, all over each other, but we hadn't had Rachel fixed.
And then Rachel got fixed.
And then
you'll
we
see
just
on
got
these pictures.
we just got Rachel fixed, and she's still wearing that cone. She asked me for another week. And anytime that Rachel is bothered, anytime she's in discomfort, she blames Ross. And Ross is a bigger cat than her. It doesn't matter. And so I mean, it's kind of like I don't want to be mean to her. I want to spend time with the cats and let them roam the house and everything. And I begged my wife to get another litter box so we could just have one upstairs and one downstairs and just sort of split the time. My wife didn't want to do it. So it was all about my paranoia with them doing number one or number two all over the house, even though they're grown cats at this point. And it was just the whole day of seeing, well, does she like them now? Nope. Back in the room. Does she like now? And can they eat? Will Ross come down? I mean, it's insane what had to happen over the weekend. I'm boring you already with this, but let me tell you.
The cats are so good.
I didn't know what to do with it because it was driving me so nuts. And my wife just would not get another litter box so that we could just have food and litter and everything.
Did you go buy one?
I went 10 o'clock last night. 10 o'clock, I just broke down because I knew I was going to be out of the house all day. And I broke down. I broke down and I just went to Walmart at 10 o'clock last night and just got a litter box and some litter, which of course we had tons of litter, but I'm an idiot man. So,
you get all the supplies.
Right.
That's how it works.
I bring the litter back. And of course, there's like pounds of litter right in the doorway that I, of course, didn't see on my way out. So I know I'm going to get crap from my wife when she gets back about buying, except we don't need litter for the next 2 years.
There you go.
We're good on litter. And now anyways, that's Ross and Rachel. So literally that is what I did all day yesterday.
Just watch the cats.
And I watched like a ridiculous amounts of episode of Eastbound and Down, Kenny Powers. You ever see that one?
I haven't.
It's one of the more politically incorrect TV shows of all time.
I see. Okay.
Sort of based in sports, baseball. I won't even bore you with it, but it is like comedy that you would not see produced these days. So produced by Will Ferrell, actually, and Adam McKay, who are actually geniuses, and stars Danny. Oh my God, Danny McBride, who's brilliant. Anyways.
Nice.
It
was a fun weekend.
It wasn't. I mean, it was okay. No, it was great. Father's Day was great. The rest of the weekend actually kind of sucked. But today's We're gonna have nice weather now.
Yes.
Today's a bike day,
Uh-huh.
and I am fully intending on having as many non-driving bike days as humanly possible. And I will use the shower downstairs more often.
There you go.
I didn't today, but I will use it more often, I promise.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you remember how we went shopping for my boyfriend and he gave me a C+?
Yeah, I remember that.
How could you forget it? Well, I need to give him an A+ because
Oh my God! Oh my God! What? No way! No way! Oh my God! Oh my God! Can you get a close up of that?
We're gonna show pictures.
Oh
later on
my
in the show.
God! Oh, come here!
Thank you.
Oh my God! I'm so happy for you.
I have so
Whoa,
many
whoa, whoa.
friends
Come
and
here, come
family
here, come
that are
here.
on right now.
Damn! Wow! Dude, he does make some money. That is beautiful. Congratulations.
Thank you. We're gonna get into the proposal.
Oh my
story. I already
God.
saw some of the comments down below.
Oh my God.
We'll get into it at the end of the show.
End of the show.
End of the show. I know we gotta make the people wait.
That is so, and I've been sitting here with you for like 20 minutes.
I know, I've been hiding my hand like
Oh my God, let me see that again. That is so beautiful.
Thank you.
What are some details? What should we know?
Okay.
Oh, you're shaking.
I am.
You're
My heart has
shaking.
been
You're
pounding.
shaking.
As D-Mac is telling me about the cats, I'm like so anxious to tell
I had
D-Mac.
no
I was
obvious. Obviously, I apologize to Rachel's family watching this. I can't believe you had to sit through a boring cat story to get to that. I apologize. I am so. I had obviously. God, if I had an idea and I did that. I am so sorry that I'm so
God.
happy for you.
No, thank you so much. We are so excited. Like I said,
Well, you got a pretty genuine reaction right there. That was awesome.
I know. That's exactly what I wanted. So we'll get
God,
into
that
it.
is so beautiful.
I've got pictures. We've gotten up close to the
Oh,
ring
I want
too,
all
so
the details.
I know. We'll get into it. We'll get
like
into
how and like where and
I'll give you a short little like setting the scene type thing. We went up to Vail, Colorado, which
Okay.
was really exciting. And we were at the very top of Vail Mountain, which
wonderful.
was
Oh, so you took the
gondola
you
up.
took the gondola up and then you went up even higher, or you just right where the gondola
Yeah,
goes?
right where they've got like overlooks and stuff.
Yes.
over
Oh
there.
no, it's
So,
absolutely.
yeah. I've got pictures though. I promise you we'll get
Oh
to
my
it. I know.
God.
So exciting. So thank you to everybody in the comments.
Damn.
But yeah, I literally am shaking though, you guys. Like I'm not even kidding. I was like so excited to tell D-Mac.
Oh my God.
I didn't announce it on Twitter because I've been waiting for this. Like the Coffee Break fam, I love you guys. So I wanted you guys to be
Wow.
the first over here on Twitter. So
Look at that. Oh, that's
I
a
know.
monster.
I'm
Wow.
so excited. But we will get into it, I promise. But let's go back to basketball.
Really?
I know. Listen, we got to keep the people wondering what's going on here. Okay?
Oh my God, that is so amazing. I have 10
T-Mac's
million.
face was so good. you
I
guys.
have 10 million questions, but I'll be patient. But I have 10 million questions.
I'm ready. I'm ready for them all.
well,
Do you want to ask a few? Ask a few, and we'll get to some of the other ones.
And we'll put off talking about basketball for a second.
We'll put off talking about basketball.
Okay, so did you pick out the ring?
I gave a sort of what I really liked.
Well, we should preface this. Rachel and her boyfriend have been together for a long
for
time,
5 years.
and they have a house together. But I give Rachel crap because it's in his name.
Yeah.
But we got to change that. We got to make some changes
Yeah.
there.
And what's even funnier is he has been secretly rooting, kind of, for the Nuggets to lose because he's been waiting for this all to be over. Like if they would have had a game 7 last night, this would never have happened.
Okay, and he wanted. So this is like I'm doing the timing here because you're going to go on a.
We leave for Hawaii in 2 weeks or in 2 days.
You leave for Hawaii in 2 days.
Yep.
Great timing. Knee or no knee?
A knee.
Knee.
Yep. And I couldn't look at him. I literally like could not stare
Did
at
you
him.
know it was coming?
Like I knew, but this was the one weekend. All the other weekends we've had, I was like, okay, maybe like this could be it. This was the weekend. Everybody had plans. So I was like, and like proof of plans, right? Like his dad was fishing and I saw the fishing and like had seen him talk to him and all sorts of stuff. So I was like, okay, it's not going to happen. This was the one weekend. Like my mom had been like, okay, I'm going to come over Monday night to get ready for when we're gone. My dad. And then we were planning our Father's Day weekend. Like not a freaking clue of this weekend. If you would have asked me last week and if it would have happened, I would have been like, I was a little suspicious.
Did he tell your other relatives?
Yeah. So here's where I got to give him major props. If he's watching, he freaking nailed it. A++. So he had his entire family drive out. And
to Vail.
Yes, to Vail, Colorado. It was 18 hours for them to drive out.
Stop.
They were there for probably like 12 to 15 hours.
Stop.
And oh my gosh.
Wait, were you
freaking nailed it.
staying in Vail or were you there for the day?
We were there. It was a whole weekend. He surprised. He had.
Oh, like, hey, Rachel, surprise weekend in Vail.
Yeah. Well, so no, I thought we were going up for the day. I had no clue.
Okay.
So one of our really good friends, she lives in Vail, and her dad got in a really bad mountain biking accident not too long ago. And she was like, hey, like, I just need to get out and do stuff. So I was like, okay, like, we can go do stuff. And she was like, I've got a gift card my dad bought me because she's been having to take care of him, like, seriously take care of him. And so I was like, okay, we're just going up. He had packed a bag. He had gotten our friends to bring our dog up, like the entire thing. And then everybody in the family drove up. And then
okay, so there were like the dog is a big one.
But I had no idea.
Yeah, but that's a little bit of a flag that, because if you're just going up for a day, you just take the dog, right?
Well, yeah, but I just thought the dog was staying at home. Our friends brought up the dog.
Your friends brought up the dog.
This was after. The bag was packed like in the car for our friends to bring it all up. Like,
okay.
It was just a day trip. I even made him stop at UPS on the way because I was like, I need to pick up some packages. Like, literally no clue.
So at what point do you know you're staying at a hotel?
After he proposed, he was like, just so you're aware, like, everybody is here.
Oh, no way.
So we had like our immediate families. Like,
well, hold on. Don't go there. So we're up on the gondola.
Yes.
And is he acting weird at all or not?
No, he was like great.
And what's the excuse to go up on the gondola? Let's just go up.
That was the restaurant.
We're going to go to the restaurant.
The gift card.
Okay, because that's a great restaurant up there. So we're just going up to lunch there.
We were going up to lunch.
So far, so good. Like, hey, let's go up to Vail for the day. It's a nice day. Let's get some lunch.
We're helping out our friend.
We're helping out our friend.
Through a tough time.
Okay, so everything's kind of making sense. So before the lunch or after the lunch?
We didn't even have lunch.
You didn't have lunch.
We just went up there.
So you go up there, and how does
we were looking for her. I was looking for our friend to like go up there. But I was like, of course, I'm a girl. I take pictures and videos of everything. So I'm like taking a picture of the view.
Yes, it's spectacular.
It's gorgeous.
And there's a big deck there too.
Yeah.
So do you go out there?
So we like walked past it. We were gonna go up to the deck, and then there's like a little bench thing, and then it starts to snow, which is so funny.
That is amazing.
Because my boyfriend is a major mountain dude. Like,
I'm getting chills.
I can't even say boyfriend, fiance now. I know. I'm so excited, you guys. Anyways, it was wild, and it starts to snow.
That's beautiful, and he turns at some point and he gets on a knee.
Yeah.
Gets on a knee.
He turns and he's like, look, because you can see the snow really coming down behind me on the mountain.
And you turn around.
Look, and then I couldn't look at him until he told me, because one of my best friends, like my childhood best friend, was the one that took our pictures, which is really special.
Was anybody so somebody was hiding in a bush to capture this moment?
Yeah,
was somebody
she came up over the hill, and I was literally I'm an ugly crier, everybody. I mean, like a hideous ugly crier. And I'm like, okay, Rachel. And he goes, just so you know, like Ashley's here taking pictures. And I was like, Rachel, get it together, because you do not want your pictures to be ugly for this moment. And so, I've got pictures. We will show that at the end of the show.
Okay. Last one. This sounds amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
And he did ask permission from your dad, huh?
Yeah.
He did.
He's had the ring, or he's had the stone.
Yeah.
Stone for 6 months.
Wow.
He's literally been waiting for the playoffs because he could actually plan and like talk to people when I was gone away at games.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Then just waiting for the Nuggets to.
So you said yes?
Run. I said yes. I'm getting married, everybody. Who would ever guess?
And then he reveals, hey, everybody's. So we go back down. You don't eat up there.
Correct.
Everybody's back down here. Let's go back, and everybody's there.
Yeah. So
how many people were there waiting at the bottom for you guys?
So we like went and took pictures and like kind of decompressed for a second, and then everybody came over to our hotel room, which the Hythe up in Vail, Colorado, a beautiful hotel. They hooked us up with a suite and like the whole thing.
Oh my god!
We got back to the room. It was beautiful. So it was really cool.
Holy cow!
I know, it was such a fun weekend. I can't believe it.
1 night or 2 nights there? Just one night and came back.
Two
nights.
We came back yesterday.
And the dog's okay.
Dog was great. She was fantastic.
Rachel V. Hill, or well.
For now.
All right.
For now.
And engaged. And do we have a date or not?
We both love fall. So we're thinking next fall. So
fall of 2024.
Yep. Which my favorite number is 24. So
I recommend. We were engaged for 18 months. It was the smartest thing we ever did. Yeah. We gave ourselves. You're already living together. We were already living together too.
Yeah.
Just give yourself time to get it all together. I think fall.
I'm already stressed.
Don't get married on September 24th. Because that would be like weird, creepy if we shared the same.
Oh, that's your anniversary.
That is our anniversary.
I will not get married on because his birthday is the 26th, so it won't be that weekend at all. But that would be weird.
All right. Wow. Well, people should write in and congratulate you.
Know, yeah, I've seen so many comments. So
oh my God, Rach.
Everybody, thanks for letting us kind of go on the show.
I think we needed to do that. We couldn't come back to it.
It's
I feel
exciting.
more calmed down now.
My heart was pounding.
He did listen, you know how I feel. I am not a fan of engagements on Jumbotrons.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Absolutely not. I would have died.
Okay. However, I am a fan of engagements in special places that mean something to you. And I do believe in alerting people ahead of time. Like what I can't even, that is one of the greatest engagements I've ever heard of. It sounds
so well.
And I do think it's cool to have a person there to help you document that sort of moment. Not a million people, but like a person.
Well, and everyone was expecting, because we obviously leave for Hawaii, but like we had a rule, no family vacations, because we wanted both families to be able to be there. And if you're on a family vacation, like that can't happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, huge shout out to his side of the family. They literally drove and first of all, I had this sprained ankle, so I was in a boot.
Oh my
Thursday.
God.
So they didn't find out until really Thursday, and they were all told like, hey, you need to come out this weekend. And they dropped everything. They were fantastic. It was.
So this would have been screwed up a couple of ways.
Oh yeah, a million ways.
Like the Nuggets had to win kind of in 5 games.
Yeah.
Because if we go 6 games, that's a Thursday. The parade's on a Sunday.
Yep. And that wouldn't have happened if I was still wearing my boot. Luckily, my ankle was doing so well.
Game 7, Game 7 would have been a disaster.
It would never have happened.
Oh my God!
It worked out perfectly, and
that
he could
is
plan
so awesome.
everything because I was at the Nuggets and the Avs games, and he could talk to people and yada yada yada. It was, like he went back to ask my dad because
What's his first name? I'm embarrassed. I should know.
Anthony.
Man, where's the camera? Anthony. Awesome job, dude. That is, you crushed it. Of all engagements, that's up there. That is A+.
He did fantastic. And the ring.
The ring is beautiful.
Like I said, we'll show pictures at the end of the show. But
Damn.
huge shout out to him. You guys were excited. So, but I was really looking forward, truthfully, to telling DMAC and telling all of you guys. Like even Saturday.
I don't know how you held it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You guys all mean so much to me, so I really appreciate it. So thank you so much.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I know.
I guess we can talk about basketball now, but unless you just want to read some text.
Right. I know.
Read
Well,
some
I'm just
responses.
seeing lots of congratulations. He's a lucky guy. Congratulations. DMAC put pressure on him with the C+ shopping rating.
Well, duh. Hey, I mean, I've bit my tongue on a couple things with Anthony. The C+ thing was ridiculous.
Well, it was funny too because I was giving him crap about like his outfit. And you're going to see the pictures, I promise, but he looks fantastic.
Yes,
too,
and
so
by the way, I've seen pictures of Anthony. Of course, he's like really good looking and he's incredible. He literally is like a rocket scientist. He's a school of mines.
Smart.
Yeah, he really is.
And
well,
he can pull off a surprise.
Okay.
Anyways, Jokic, he's back in Serbia and he looks like he's having the time of his freaking life too.
I didn't realize how boring harness racing actually is until I saw that video. So he gets there and he looks great. Now, I told you, and well, you were there too, obviously.
Yes.
But it looked to me like the guys had lost weight during the finals and the final push. And when my wife said that, when she saw photos, and I said, yeah, I told you, because he looks like emaciated. He looks like so skinny because they are. I guarantee you those starters lost 15 pounds or so.
Yeah.
You know, it was just they were playing more minutes. It's a higher pressure situation.
Yep.
And you can see it.
It truthfully is just a grind.
It is a grind. Sometimes those bigger fellas, basketball guys, they have a hard time keeping weight on anyways.
Yep.
And they've got a tremendous Felipe is a tremendous trainer, and I mean he keeps them all in good shape. It's not like they weren't in good shape. But that was one of my observations. So he goes to this track in Sombor, which he was dying to get to.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, okay, well here we go. This is where the no joke hat, right? Which is cool.
We've got the video right here.
Right, there it is.
First of all, I love that there are kids in Jokic jerseys in the background that you can see. And you can just tell he's like, everyone's staring at him. I can't even imagine. I was like getting a little red over here with everyone just staring at me.
Yeah.
But it's so cool. And he's just such a normal looking dude.
So it's a no joke hat.
Yep.
The name of his stables are the Dreamcatcher stables.
Okay.
So it is a little interesting.
I didn't even know they were his stables.
Oh, they are. He owns it. And he gave it a English name. It's Dreamcatcher. You can see it on the back of his shirt, actually. But that's the name of his stables where he doesn't have just like one horse. He has a lot of horses.
Hey, I did not know this.
This is
all his.
Oh yeah. Dreamcatcher Stables
I mean,
is.
it makes sense. He's
He's probably. I don't know how many horses he has there, but he's got there's stables. There's a lot of horses there. Yeah. You thought there was just one horse?
Well, no, I didn't think there was one horse, but I didn't realize that like he owned the stables.
Yeah, that's where they went when they gave him the MVP award. So if you remember that video where they surprised him.
And the Blake was beautiful with like the giant willow tree.
Yeah, that's his. That's his whole.
I thought it was just his house.
I don't know where his house is. I mean, he may sleep with horse in stable. I don't know, but he definitely owns the whole thing. Dreamcatcher, that's the name of it. Dreamcatcher Stables.
Wait, I am shook about this.
Yeah.
I did not know.
Yeah, so he probably had like a few horses. That one race though, I heard that his horse came in second. So it's more of a LeBron James horse than a Jokic horse. The second would be maybe a Jimmy Butler horse.
We're going to get into LeBron James here in just a second. Here's a closer look at that no joke hat.
That's no joke.
Like everybody needs this hat.
I would love that hat. I think that's awesome.
You can buy it. It's available.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. It's Nike. So yeah, it's and Nike's going to start marking him. He already had a deal signed with Nike, but he's expected to. I think that you'll see more. You'll see more of him. He had a big billboard in Times Square after they won. There was a gargantuan likeness of him in the Belgrade Tower, I think it's called, the biggest building in Belgrade. Yep. Which is the capital of Serbia.
We have that video,
I'm showing off now about my geography.
Just slightly. Here.
Do you know what part Sombor is in the country of Serbia? Do you know where it is?
I do not, but I am terrible at geography and all that kind of stuff. I can't even tell you all the.
It is to the west. If you're looking at it, if you're looking at Serbia, it's to the northwest, sort of.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, we've got obviously the Belgrade Tower.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Fantastic, beautiful.
Yeah.
And Jokic is back where he wants to be.
He's home. He's where he wants to be. I do find it funny because of all the intensity and excitement. And then just, on Sunday, there was just like, if you go keep watching that video, there's no security.
Oh, no.
It's just, and this is not a fancy track.
Yeah, no.
We're not talking about Churchill Downs here.
And there are so many people there.
Well, yeah, I think it's filled to the capacity because of him. But I think on an average, it's a small town. It's a town of maybe 44,000 people. I mean, this is the equivalent of going to see the rodeo up in Granby in the summertime, which is, I highly recommend the Granby rodeo. Beautiful. I'm not joking about that. Granby Rodeo. Check it out. It's in the town of Granby near just past Winter Park.
Okay. And but like where they do it, like in the little town by the lake?
It's so beautiful. No, it's actually in the woods. It's in the middle of the woods. So you go past Winter Park to Granby, then you go and you're like, where are we going? We're just going in the middle of the forest.
Yeah.
And it opens up to this, gorgeous picnic bench and rustic and just a really cool rodeo.
Okay. Interesting. I didn't know that.
If you want something, take in the Granby Rodeo sometime this summer. It is time well spent. It's nothing fancy, but that's why I'm trying to compare it to this. It's nothing fancy, but it's just it's cool. And so the track is nothing fancy. And then there's just photos of Jokic just kind of standing there with like little kids just walking right past him because I don't think there's like VIP seating or anything. I think there's just a lot of areas where anybody can go.
I want to show the video one more time because
I think he's in a little bit of a VIP area.
Oh, I'm sure, but just the amount of people that are all staring at him, and he's just so normal and like calm, cool, and collected when it comes to it. Like that's so on brand for Jokic.
Well, I mean, can you imagine?
No.
But here's what I think he probably is in Sombor. Here's what I think he probably is in Sombor. I think he is probably. Obviously a gargantuan celebrity, right? Oh, hello.
We're coming back.
Hi, Matt. What's going on? What's Matt doing? You doing? Are you all right there, Matt? We good?
I think we should be good.
I gotta unmute him.
Okay.
We're good. But yeah, Jokic just looks like a dude, man. He's just a normal dude. And that's why we love him, to be completely honest with everybody.
Yeah. Now you have to figure out, why is this event interesting, which it's not.
You can't say that.
No, it's brutally boring.
Do you think the Kentucky Derby is interesting?
It's not Kentucky Derby. This is harness racing.
I know, but
it's brutally boring. The horses trot. They don't even run at full gallop. They trot.
Oh.
You've not seen harness racing?
Well, I've seen like some clips.
And by the way, this isn't like high level harness racing. This is small town in Serbia harness racing.
Okay.
Okay. This is
Interesting.
Rachel, this is the equivalent. I know he loves the horses, but this is like watching a bunch of like good athletes in the Denver area play pickup softball. I mean, it's not professional softball.
Okay.
It's not as competitive as women's collegiate softball. It's like pickup softball. Yeah,
Well,
this
you know
is what
what?
this is.
He makes a lot of money and he loves his horses.
He does, so he can do
We'll leave
whatever he
it at
wants.
that.
But what he's into is unbelievably damn boring.
Okay.
But he loves it. He loves it. So who cares?
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
How about LeBron James? Do we believe he's throwing shade with this one? King James puts, in Europe for the last past few weeks, minding my business, and I hear I'm on your mind that much, huh? I mean, I guess I see why, but wave the flag on these lames. Please make being player cool again, because the lame machine is at an all-time high. Enjoy your light, but just know I'm the sun. I stay on forever.
Yeah, I thought that was at the French Open. I was wrong. That's at the 24 Hours of Le Mans.
Yeah.
It's still France. And
Interesting.
yeah, listen, man, he decided to try to hijack the moment
Yeah.
with a fake retirement speech at the end of game 4
Yeah.
where they
And then Malone got him back on Pat McAfee by being like, oh, you guys, just so you know, I'm retiring.
And you got to understand Malone and LeBron, I mean, really know each other. Malone
They have a long history.
They do. So I think they were at one point friends, but they've also been competitors for the past 8 years too.
Yeah.
So you can go from one thing to another. You can go from having a friendship to
Oh, you don't think that this is
hating
like
somebody's guts.
funny at all?
I think the Nuggets, rightfully so, were annoyed that LeBron tried to hijack the moment. And the next morning, the story was about LeBron. It wasn't about the Nuggets. I think that annoyed him. I think LeBron did what he did on purpose. I'm sure he was a little emotional, but he certainly knew what he was saying would possibly,
They're all very calculated at the end of the day. Like, that's why with the Bruce Brown stuff, which, by the way, we'll get into that in just a little bit, but that's tomorrow. We're going to find out if Bruce Brown is going to, get out of his player option or what's going to happen.
Well, he will opt out
to
tomorrow,
get the
for
player
sure.
raise.
Correct. So don't. He will opt out.
Yeah.
But that won't be the defining moment.
Yes. But we will.
I don't know when the defining moment will be, actually. That's a good question. We'll have to talk to
Jake
Shapiro.
Shapiro. He's doing wonderful stuff over at denversports.com. So definitely check it out, because I know he's writing a whole bunch of stuff on the Nuggets.
But there will be a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of rumors about the Nuggets wanting to move up into the first round. Right now, they don't have the first round pick.
Yep.
So there's rumors about them wanting to move up. The draft is right around the corner.
Yeah.
They are having a player. Oh, I forget his name. They got somebody working out today. Can you believe it? Michael Malone.
That's the problem, though. You have a short summer when you win a championship. Buckle up, everybody. It's time.
Calvin Booth and Michael Malone and the Nuggets brass are working today.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? Can you believe they're like back to work today?
No, because after, of course, these pictures that we see of Michael Malone, I hope Michael Malone's, let's say, hangover is doing all right, because he had quite the party. He really, really did. And I love these pictures. I think we should hang them somewhere here in our Denver sports office. But that is Michael Malone in his truest form right there.
Well, I think by the way.
Hello. How's it going?
How you doing? Mike and Mark in the morning said that Michael Malone looks like the fourth member of the Beastie Boys, and his theme song should be No Sleep Till Brooklyn.
Speaking of those morning guys over there,
yes.
Did you see who they had on this morning?
They did. They had Nick Wright on, because Nick Wright's a work colleague of Mark Schlereth at FS1.
Okay. And did you hear what the talk was about this morning?
I did. Nick's in a tough spot, because
he was wrong.
Well, he's unbelievably wrong. I mean, he was wrong about basically everything.
Yeah.
And now at least he's not kind of doubling down on it. Kendrick Perkins is now like doubling down on things, because he's saying the addition of Bradley Beal makes the Suns instant contenders. The Suns don't have anybody else on the team.
They don't have anybody who's like big. Like,
well, I mean, they've got.
I'm talking like muscular big.
They've got DeAndre Ayton. They've got Kevin Durant, and they got rid of Chris Paul, obviously, and they got Devin Booker now with Bradley Beal. So that's good on the surface.
Yeah.
But that is not how you win.
Yeah.
Rachel, you just can't win like that. You can't win with celebrity all-star teams. It's not the all-star game.
Yeah.
You can't win like that. I don't think they improve their chances over the Nuggets at all. They may just, in the regular season, just kind of pound some teams into submission, scoring 130, 140 points.
Yeah.
But that is not how you win in the playoffs. So I don't think there's anything about what they did that bothers me whatsoever.
Jake says July 1. I believe that's for Bruce Brown.
July 1?
Good morning, Jake. Thank you for waking up with us here on Coffee
Appreciate
Break.
it.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like sometimes you just gotta not double down on it, and you just gotta. You look like an idiot. I'm just gonna say that. That's like a kind of harsh way to say it, but you look a little silly when you double down and you're like, all right, but I was right on this, but you trashed somebody and then they went on and won a championship. So
I think Nick was nice enough to do an interview with Mike and Mark.
Oh, for sure.
He's
and
one
he
of
retweeted. Will Peterson did a wonderful story and he retweeted it. So
okay, but all right, whatever. I mean, he is one of the worst guys that has been on. He's been virtually wrong about every single thing when it's come to the Nuggets time after time after time. And his whole point is he does what I call presumptive arguments, meaning he'll just say something as a fact to move on to something else.
Yeah.
Like he'll just say, well, clearly Jokic didn't deserve to be one of the top 10 NBA centers last year, but after his performance this year, he's in. And it's like, whoa, time out. And that's a clever attempt and argument to presumptively. I've done that a lot in asking questions. They're presumptive questions.
Yeah.
Like I just assume something and I'll just move forward. It's like, Coach, you're obviously not happy with the way the special teams is running. Are you considering a change? Well, he might not have said anything.
Yeah.
But if you know you're last in a category, that it's common sense that you're unhappy with it. So what Nick's doing is he's presuming that most people don't think of Jokic as Larry Bird or Bill Russell or Will Chamberlain. But here's what's crazy about that. They should be. And what's difficult is you didn't think Larry Bird was Larry Bird in the middle of while he was Larry Bird.
Yep.
It
always comes after because you realize the greatness you were watching. We never appreciate what we really have. And I think that's what kind of fires people up about Jokic is we're all like, this is incredible what we're watching, but people don't want to see that until it's over.
The difference with Larry Bird and, say, Magic Johnson is they won championships. Magic won in his first year. Bird won in his second year. It took Michael Jordan, 6-7 years. It took Shaquille O'Neal 7 years or so, something like that. I mean, and that's the difference with Bill Russell. Bill Russell back in the day, I mean, not only did he win, he won 10 championships on top of 2 championships at San Francisco.
Yeah.
So, like, he was there right away. So it's just like, how do you figure out Jokic? Well, I mean, those who know, I guess. And to be like, well, now I know. It's like, well, you don't get extra credit for like jumping on board now.
Yeah.
You were just wrong from the get-go, from the jump.
Yep.
So I guess he wants credit for, piling into enemy territory. And I think Mike and Mark were polite enough to him. And it's just, he's just a sports talk host. He doesn't carry any weight except he may have a vote. If he has a vote for MVP, and I don't know if he does or he doesn't. If he has a vote for MVP, that is actually a problem.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if he does or he doesn't.
That's a good question for sure.
But now what we realize, which is stupid, but is obviously the case, is you get credit for the 2023-2024 season for what you did in the 2022-2023 postseason.
Yes.
It's dumb, but we now know that. So the awards and all-stars, like Jamal Murray already should be an all-star.
Yeah.
The end, period.
Aaron Gordon should be an all-star. Look at who he defended for the entire playoff. It's going to be hard
to get 3 guys on the all-star team.
I know. But look at who he defended.
Listen, I get it. I think he deserved it this year.
I know.
He said if he was an all-star, he would have jumped back into the slam dunk contest, which would have been awesome. But Jamal's a definite. I'd love if AG was there.
Yeah.
I'd love it. I think you're right about who he defended. He did have one game in the finals that he was unbelievable scoring wise. So it's fine by me. It is going to be tough though to get 3 guys in.
I'm with you. Did the Suns now with their new trade catch up with the Nuggets?
No.
I feel like that's the term everyone is using. Catch up.
No, they didn't catch up and they didn't even get close. But they will. It'll be a lot closer to see who wins the West.
Okay.
And they'll win a bunch of regular season NBA games, a bunch. But they have some serious deficiencies still. So they've got a lot of scoring, but as we've seen, that's not what the key is to win the playoffs.
What is the key?
To buy into the team and to be able to play great defense at the end of the day.
To be selfless.
To be selfless, to have a team flexible enough to win in a variety of ways in order that you can pick each other up. And you've got to have significant depth. Once you get to the playoffs, you really only play 2 or 3 guys off the bench. But who are those 2 or 3 guys? And you spend the whole season basically trying to figure that out. And the Suns, I mean, they're going to be lost when it comes to this.
Yeah.
They don't have any kind of bench whatsoever. They're going to have a hard time finding a 5th starter, never mind like 2 or 3 guys off the bench. So at some point, you got to sit down. At some point, you got to rest. I think the Suns will be a good team. I think they'll be very similar to the way they were this year.
Yeah.
They'll probably be the next best competition to the Nuggets, but they won't be better than the Nuggets. They won't. They don't have the answer yet. Now, listen, there's a lot of time, and you never know how things go. There's the draft. There's free agency. I mean, who knows? I mean, there's no way we could have seen what was coming from Bruce Brown.
Yeah.
We might have been able to anticipate KCP, and we never in a million years would have guessed Christian Brown would have such a significant impact. So I'm not saying
rookie year, man.
I'm not saying the Suns couldn't do other things, but they got to do other things. And those other things got to be small and subtle. It's not like knock you over the head with a hammer.
Okay, we'll go in the headlines, but real quick, Christian Brown missing or rescheduling his appearance at Dick's Sporting Goods Park.
Ah, well.
Or not Dick's Sporting Goods Park, just Dick's Sporting Goods.
At Park Meadows.
Made me laugh. I'm like, you know what? Honestly, I know people were probably getting ready to go out there. He was partying. He was having just the time of his life.
I'm going to guess when you wake up at Vegas at 2.
Oh, my gosh.
And
you're not making a play.
Your appearance is at 5 in Colorado. I'm going to guess that, maybe we'll do it the next day. I saw highlights. He did it the next day.
Yep.
There was a big crowd. So it all looked just fine.
And I know Jamal Murray, I believe actually it's today he's doing it down at Park Meadows too. I believe it's Tuesday or Wednesday. I can't remember now off the top of my head, but I know he's going to be down there. It's cool for them all to be going out in public, but I hope that they feel a little bit more well-rested.
Sure. I mean, you got some sponsor obligations.
Do you think they party the entire time like the Avs do?
No.
You think it's like a 2-week thing and then it's over?
I do, yeah, actually, because it doesn't travel with the cup.
Yeah.
Like the cup is its own thing. So likely what would happen as soon as these players get to whatever home they're going to, that's it.
Yeah.
They don't have to wait for the cup. So there's no like additional partying. They just go home and they just have Vlatko Čančar probably goes to Slovenia at some point.
Yep.
Jack White probably goes home to Australia at some point. I mean, you just go home.
Yeah.
And once you get home, the Larry O'Brien trophy doesn't travel. So, I don't think it's the same. I think with the cup, I think that's why there's such a lingering celebration with hockey that you actually don't get with basketball.
Yeah.
I think the vast majority of these guys, Rach, because they love basketball, will just be in the gym in the next week or so, putting up some shots because it's a fun sport.
And hitting on the golf course. Bruce Brown even said that.
Sure. They're doing whatever they want. And they deserve the time off. The summer will go relatively quickly. And the Nuggets are back to work in terms of their management today.
So I bring up, the partying all summer. Do you think we'll see quite the hangover that we saw with the Avalanche from the Nuggets? Or do you think because it's not quite the celebration, that it'll be kind of like, all right, well, we're getting back to it. San Diego's going to be here soon enough. Let's go.
I think the beginning of the next season after you win a championship stinks. I think it's a drag. I think it's drudgery.
Yeah.
I think there are certain nights that are cool, like opening night.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they're going to do rings and all that. So if there's some sort of, I think opening night will be a great night to be at.
Yeah.
I think the banner will go up and I think there'll probably be rings and, the whole thing. So that's awesome. And then the next, the rest of the season, it's a grind. It's a grind, but you gotta get your wins where you can get them. You have to have a lot of team depth to do it. But I felt it with the Avs. When they first started playing, it was exciting to have them back.
Yeah.
But there was a moment of just like, wow, we're doing this again, huh?
Yep.
Got to do this all over again?
It's a short summer. You don't realize it. I never had realized it until the Avs last year. And then I was like, holy smokes, we're back in training camp already. Holy smokes. Like all of this stuff is starting to go on. It's a short summer.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
one of the downsides of winning a championship. But of course, we'll take the championship any day and the parade. Did you hear about the former Rockies voice, George Frazier?
I knew George Frazier a little bit. I'm closer with a lot of other guys on that broadcast. I got a good George Frazier story for you.
I would love to hear it. I'm excited.
So he was a longtime pitcher and a longtime broadcaster.
Uh-huh.
And he died, I think, at 68.
Yes.
Dang, that feels really young.
Mm-hmm.
My older son. Now, my younger son, both my boys played baseball.
Yep.
But my older son continues to play baseball in college. My older son stopped when he became a senior in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and he just had other things he wanted to do. However, my older son is a bigger sports fan than my younger son, and he's always been like that. So when my younger son was like, I don't know, 8, and he's 23 now, so 15 years ago, he was such a Rockies fan that he knew the whole roster and the number on every player.
Okay.
So he knew like number 50 was this guy, number 17 was that guy, Todd Helton, number, whatever. He could list the entire roster, including guys who would be called up and sent down, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
When he was 8 years of age. So because of that, he used to watch the games on TV.
Yeah.
And he was a smart whippersnapper, that Connor McKee, I tell you what. And so he would know, like a lot of people are just very vacant on who the broadcasters are. They don't know, they don't care, but he did. Yep. He knew everything about them. He knew who they were. So there was one game where I had a press pass for some reason. I don't even know how it happened, but we were down in the bowels of the tunnel, like where, if you don't know, if you go down to Coors Field, there's actually a bar. There's like a sports bar.
There's when you're in the, what's the word you want to, I guess, bowels is kind of.
Yeah, it's like that.
There's so much going on down there.
Way more than you.
And you can get lost so easily.
Right. So we're down there. I don't even remember why I was down there, but George Frazier came along. We were down in that area. And I said, hey, George. And I didn't know him real well at this time. Yeah. I said, my son's a big fan, a little 8-year-old. George Frazier could not have been nicer. He came up and, what's your name? And Connor. And the guy had just done a broadcast and he was walking out to his car. And it was just those little moments, a little moment that meant so much to my son. My son was more impressed meeting George Frazier than any guy on the team at the time. And so I've certainly had other encounters with George over the years, but that was one of the ones that stands out to me. So
I love that story.
So there you go. But that's a small, you don't have to search around. A lot of people have great stories about George Frazier, and he stopped broadcasting. He went to retire maybe 5 years ago, something like that. Maybe a little bit longer. Yeah. I'm not sure. But it's super sad, man. I was totally bummed.
I know. Yes, we obviously send our thoughts and condolences to his family. But I love that story, and it just shows the impact that you have when you have the opportunity to be around anything. And sports brings so many people together.
Yeah, and for example, my kids don't give a crap about like anything else. Yeah. Like I brought them to training camp. You want autographs? No. Hockey. Yeah. My older son with hockey. My younger son just is like nothing.
Which is so funny because he's the one that plays college or baseball.
I know, and I give him a hard time about it. I'm like, you're not a sports fan. And if he doesn't see it on, not TikTok, but Snapchat, he gets all of his news from Snapchat. So if you can't wrap it up in about 10 seconds, it's
That's
lost
true though. That's very true.
So, but yeah, no, my older son is, my older son remains a tremendous sports fan, while my younger son, I had to remind him
he Nuggets, just enjoys actually playing.
He does. Okay. Yes, indeed.
Okay. Indeed. Interesting.
Yes.
Well, you got anything else you want to talk about?
Go back to the ring if you want.
know. Well, I feel so bad. I feel like, I don't know.
What else do you want to? Do you want to show pictures?
It's so crazy.
Where are the pictures? Where
we got pictures. All
right, let's go.
We can show some pictures. Here we go. This is up on the mountain.
Oh my God.
It is so pretty. It was like beautiful. It did start snowing for just a second, which I said, but yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. So exciting. And then you ready?
Oh my God. You guys look like you're in a catalog. That's amazing.
And my friend did a fantastic job. And then here's the ring for everybody that has not yet seen it.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. I'm still like shook over this whole thing.
Wow.
I know. Can you believe it? DMAC has literally everyone been giving me so much crap. I don't even know how long. How long have you been giving me crap?
Well, it's been ridiculous.
How long have you been giving me crap?
I mean, almost since we met.
I literally.
Since when was it? Like 3 years ago? Whenever you started here.
2 years.
2 years. So
2 years.
probably from day one. It was like up in the. I think I realized some of the silliness of this, like in the press box
At the Broncos game.
Yeah, like because we're just starting to know each other a little bit.
Yep.
It's just hey, how you doing? What's going on?
We weren't doing coffee break every day like we are now.
No. So
this is a different relationship. now.
So it's just kind of like. So I'm sorry. What's the? You do what? You guys are How long?
What are we doing? No, isn't it crazy? But to have it for 6 months and have to wait for the playoffs. He was so nice. He was like, I really wanted them to win.
Go back to those pictures. Those are amazing photos. Well, so
beautiful.
first of all, where the hell is your friend right there?
So this is like the if you behind Anthony's back, behind my fiance's back, that's freaking crazy, is like the overlook essentially. And so she's just on a path.
Wow, he really did get down on a knee.
Yeah, he did.
Damn.
And I couldn't look at him. Literally, first of all, there were other people who just like stopped and stared. And I had somebody who commented.
Go to the next one. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah. So I want to know, is that Land's End? Is it Abercrombie and Fitch? I mean, what exactly is the magazine right there?
Right. I appreciate it. Thank you. Well, first, I gotta give a huge shout out to one of my best
models.
friends.
Look at this. Like, God, I'm embarrassed. Like, how dreadful I am. That is. He should be doing this show. Too bad he's got such a lousy personality.
Oh, terrible personality. Not funny at all. Boring. Doesn't care about anything. No, I'm totally kidding. He's fantastic. But yeah, it is fun. But he was like, I really wanted the Nuggets to win for you because it's like really exciting for you and for work and everything. But he's like, I'm just sitting here and he's like, I've been keeping all these secrets for so long. And he's like, I'm just lying to you every single day about things. And I'm like, yeah, that could kind of get a little frustrating, but at the same time. How did
he pull off the conversation to your parents? Like, how did he pull that one off?
So he had talked to my dad. I had to leave for a Nuggets game one night. And so we both had left. And then he had just turned the car around because we had drove separately because I was going to the game. So he just turned the car around and gone. And he asked my sister and my brother-in-law too with my dad. And then a couple weeks ago, he just went to see my mom and asked her too. And like had brought the ring and the whole thing. And I was like, you nailed it, my friend.
Did he tell them or ask permission?
I think he asked permission.
Old fashioned.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've had so many other details.
And now you're going to a vacation to Hawaii?
Yeah, I know.
Wow, the honeymoon's gonna be we're setting a high bar.
I'm gonna go to Switzerland.
Is that where you want to go? Is that what you want to do?
I do want to go to Switzerland really bad.
All right.
We'll see if we can pull it off. Weddings in Colorado are expensive already.
Yeah, well, okay. Where do you want to get married?
Vail area.
Okay.
So Vail's beautiful, but yeah, it's so exciting.
You know, in general, I tell people don't bother inviting me to your wedding. It's okay. I love you. You better invite me to your wedding.
Oh, T-Mac, you want to come?
Of course. You better invite me to your wedding.
You heard it here first, everybody.
You better invite me.
Okay.
I don't care about anybody else's, but you better invite me.
Oh.
So,
how could I not? We have too much fun on this show together. Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Small favor. Just do it on my anniversary on September 24th.
Then you don't have to plan anything. And Kim just gets to come.
Just done. It'll be like, woo. Actually, you know what's crazy? So it's going to be in 2024. Mm-hmm. Damn, that would be my 30-year wedding anniversary. That would be my 30-year.
Okay, wait. We've talked about me. If you don't know, I don't really like when the attention's ever on me. So tell me your proposal story.
Oh my God. So we're in York, Pennsylvania, and I had told other people I was broke. We were broke. Mm-hmm. The station I was at was terrible. We knew it was going to go away. Wasn't making any money, but we had been dating since we were 18 and 19 years of age, and we were living together at the time in a small town outside of Syracuse. I had nothing going right for me at that time. The only thing I had going right was my girlfriend. Kim. She was literally
We love Kim.
And it really was thinking about whatever I was going to do for the rest of my life. And I was only 23, same age as my son right now, my older son right now, which is wild. And I was just like, well, the one thing I can't do without is her. Mm-hmm. And so I went to Reed Jeweler in the Shopping Town Mall in Fayetteville, and I got a $900 ring on layaway. It took me like 5 months to pay it off. And so I had to pay it off, and it's tiny. It's a 1/4 carat ring. It is so small. That's it. 1/4 carat, the end. I mean, not like that monster. And I was at New Year's. It was New Year's in her hometown. of she grew up in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, but they were dropping a cherry blossom or a peach or something. I don't know. It's one of these drops.
Yeah.
Because I was in like a I don't know what's going on sort of mind frame.
Yeah.
And when it hit midnight, I was going to ask her to marry me because her parents were going to be there.
Aww.
They were. So it was just us and her parents, New Year's.
Yeah.
And I had one chance that whole weekend to ask her parents' permission. There was one chance where I was with them and she was gone. And I couldn't do it. I froze. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I froze.
I think that would be the most nerve-wracking conversation ever. As a female, I'm so happy I don't have to do that.
But here's where this really bit me in the butt.
Oh,
so
boy.
Here we go with the 3, 2, 1, midnight. I love you. Will you marry me? And she just, and it's kind of packed. This is in York, Pennsylvania, home of the York Barbell. And so the peach or lemon drop or whatever the hell it is in York drops, 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year.
Yeah.
No knee, did not get on a knee because it was kind of this crazy sort of thing, but I popped the ring. Will you marry me? Her parents are right there. She gives me this huge hug and, big embrace. Her parents, because I was a moron and didn't tell them ahead of time, just thought, oh my God, look how horny they are or whatever's going on there. They had no idea. Rachel, they walked away. They walked away. So the whole plan was to show them the ring right then and there, have them be part of it, share that moment. They walked away because the embrace was, I guess, a little too
much,
too embarrassing for the Amish, I suppose, in central Pennsylvania. Now, here's the strange irony. For whatever reason, I had the keys to the car. Don't even ask me why I had the keys to the car. But they walk away and they have no way to get back in the car.
This is the most DMAC proposal story that there could ever be.
I turn around and I go, where are your parents? And she goes, oh my God, they just left. So they were back at the car. So they didn't find out about the engagement until we were back in a garage parking lot.
Oh my God.
They were supposed to be right there. But I got to take some blame on that because I
too nervous.
I was too nervous. I was only 23. And over the years, get ready, get a little. Over the years, I've offered many times, do you want a bigger ring? Because it looks, it's ridiculous. I'll take a picture of her ring next time I can. I mean, Rachel,
but there's something sentimental. It's the moment. It was where you guys were in life.
That's right. And look where you guys are in life. Look at that bad boy.
We love, all right?
Yeah. Woo, they're Rachel and Anthony are a good place in life. That's what that's saying right there. Holy
no, I
cow.
love that though. It's funny. Everyone's been asking me, they're like, do you have your wedding plan? And I'm like, I don't have nothing. I don't know what colors I would want. I don't know anything.
Well, you can have fun with all that. I think getting married up in the mountains would be amazing. And
it's the best.
Yeah.
Where did you get married?
We got married in her hometown. We got married at
how many people did you have?
Small, only like 70, 75 people. Very small wedding. And I'll tell you this. I loved my wedding.
Yeah.
It was a small wedding. I loved every part of it. There was only one guy there. I worked with this idiot from Buffalo and he got talked into coming. I didn't even want to invite him. He was the host of the show that I was a producer on.
Yes. And
my best friend talked him into it, who is the comedian on the show. I'm like, thanks a lot, Rob.
Yeah.
But I didn't even care. He couldn't ruin the good time.
Yeah.
Mark Stout, who is a broadcaster here, he was at my wedding. You know, we go that far back. That was in 1994. Yep, 30 year in 2024. And what was great about my wedding is, I think, here's a little bit of advice. Just let certain things go. Certain things will just be what they'll be. Don't get hung up on everything.
Yep.
And don't forget to have fun at your own wedding.
Yep.
Another great thing is get the hell out of there at some point. Don't worry about the next day. If you're going on a honeymoon, my advice is have a great time. But after you have the big party, go. Okay. We had the party. Then we had a post party at her parents' house. Then we had a limo come pick us up.
You're and take us out.
Yeah, we went to the hotel near the Philadelphia airport.
Mm-hmm.
And the next morning we got on a flight to Los Angeles where my wife appeared on The Price is Right. She won 2 snowmobiles, a couch, and a vacuum cleaner.
And they sold it to
Jim Kelly of the Buffalo Bills.
And then they went to Hawaii
for 10 days and had the time of our life. So
can you tell we hang out a lot?
My wedding was one of the absolute positive, greatest times. Don't feel like you got to host after everything's said and done. Okay. If you guys have a fun honeymoon planned, my advice is just to get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
And just start enjoying your life together.
Okay.
Because you wake up the next morning and it's just like, Oh, now we're all like, you know, and
Then
don't
we're here.
feel obligated to your other relatives. You're there for you. They're there for you. Keep yourself first. It's one of the few times in life you can be a little selfish with this.
Yeah.
Don't worry. They got there. They'll get home.
Yep.
Don't worry about it. You know, they'll figure it out.
That was honestly one of like the nicest parts about this weekend is even though I was like so amped up Sunday morning, I was up at 5:00 in the morning, like ready to go. Like, all right, let's go to brunch with everybody. Like I'm ready to do this. But like everybody else kind of took care of planning everything. And I just didn't have to do it. And I'm the planner. Like I'm typically the planner. So it was great. But yeah, thank you guys for all the support in the comments and all the well wishes. I appreciate it. And of course, we'll be back tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. for another episode of Coffee Break to talk about some sports. We won't talk about weddings this entire time.
How are we going to top this? How are we going to, this
the
is
best
amazing.
reaction. My fiance did text me. It's so weird for me to say, but he was like, D-Mac is the best. And you are. So we appreciate it.
Anthony, you killed it, bro. That was awesome.
We appreciate it. But we'll be back. We'll talk some more sports tomorrow morning, everybody. We'll hang out with you before D-Mac and I both go on vacation. And then we're going to leave you guys to the fun people over there with Will, Jake, James, everybody else. So we will see you guys tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Bye.